And we are here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Lopes Goes Last podcast. I, of course, am your host, Tyler Lopes. If you have not subscribed yet, please feel free to do so. Also, hit that bell icon so you never miss any one of my videos. Like and share this video if you wouldn't mind. Help the podcast grow. And please follow me on Facebook and Twitter. That's at Lopes Goes Last podcast on Facebook and at Lopes Goes Last on Twitter. So, I know, it's been a couple of weeks since I have been able to put out a podcast, and I'm not going to really get into why here. I actually have made a video. By the time you are seeing this, it will have already come out, kind of explaining why I have not been able to make a podcast in the last couple of weeks. Link for that video is going to be down in the description. So if you have not seen that video, please go check it out if you are interested in knowing why there hasn't been a podcast in the last couple of weeks. But for those of you who couldn't care less about that, no worries. We're going to jump right into it. So a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, at the time of the recording, the NBA trade deadline ended at 3 p.m. today, and boy, was it a crazy one. Unfortunately, at least for now, I am not going to be going into most of the trades at the trade deadline. I'm going to save that for next week, where I will be kind of talking about, explaining, and grading as many of the trades that went down at the NBA trade deadline as I can. So that's going to be for next week's video. But this week, I am going to talk about just a couple of the trades that went down, a couple of the major ones that went down, along with a few other wonderful topics that I have decided that we are going to be doing this week. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl, obviously, because that is this upcoming weekend. But this is going to be mainly basketball talk this week. So if you guys are not into that, I'm sorry. You're going to have a hard time with this one, especially because I'm opening with the Super Bowl stuff. So just stay tuned for all the basketball stuff that's coming up. And if you're not a really big basketball fan and you're watching this video, you might struggle. I'm just going to give you a warning now. But I'm really excited to kind of talk about what's been going on here, and I want to jump right into it. So let's start with the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 50 something. I don't know what number is the Super Bowl is, but either way, Chiefs Eagles this upcoming weekend. Always exciting when it's Super Bowl time. It's one of my favorite days of the year. I love the Super Bowl every year, even if, obviously I was a Patriots fan, even if the Patriots aren't in it, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to have a good time watching the Super Bowl. So very, very, very excited to be able to watch the Super Bowl this year. And, arguably the two best teams in football are in the Super Bowl this year. So certainly there's going to be no absence of talent, or skill or anything like that. So I'm very excited, and who do I think is going to win the Super Bowl is the main question of the day, and I am going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that the Eagles this year have pretty much shown all year that they don't really have any weaknesses. Jalen Hurts has played fantastic this year. I know last year I kind of put him and Tua Tagovailoa as well in a similar boat where their arm talent just wasn't there. They were decent with their legs. If the offense was really, really, basic and really laid out for them where they didn't have to make a lot of decisions themselves, then I feel like they could have been okay. They were decent game managers, but I didn't really think that they had what it took to be Pro Bowl caliber quarterbacks in this league. And not even just one, not even just Jalen Hurts, but Tua as well. Proved me wrong this year. Basically they both played when they were healthy. They both played very, very, very well for the vast majority of their seasons. So, congrats to Jalen Hurts. He's really found himself. I think the Eagles have found their guy. And, I know a lot of people were saying how ridiculous and dumb it was for the Eagles to have drafted him a few years ago when they already had Carson Wentz, who I think at the time was coming off maybe not necessarily the year before, but possibly the year before that, an MVP caliber season. And obviously Carson Wentz was the second overall pick in the draft at the time, and, he was only in year 2 or 3 or whatever it was at the time when Jalen Hurts was drafted. So, I can understand that kind of hesitation by fans and by, analysts and everything like that. But now looking back, obviously it was a fantastic pick A great choice for them. He's led them to a Super Bowl, and I think he's going to win it. I think that Kansas City is a fantastic team, and you know what? There's a world where Kansas City not only wins this game, but the experience and the versatility on offense, and playing I think above their rank really on defense lately. I think that there's a world where not only will Kansas City win, but destroy the Eagles. I actually could see a world where that happens, but I just don't think it's the one we're going to be living in. Am I going to be proven wrong? Who knows? But I'm very, very excited to watch it. I can't wait to see what happens, and I'm not necessarily rooting for anyone. I don't have, I don't particularly like the Eagles, and I don't particularly like the Chiefs either. I don't necessarily have a dog in the race here, but you know what? I'm going to enjoy some really, really good football. I'm hopefully going to enjoy a little bit of decent food, and it's going to be fun. And that's really all that matters. Is if you're having fun, that's really what matters as fans. So, my prediction is that the Eagles win. That's what I'm going with. But we'll see what happens this upcoming weekend.
Hey guys, me again. Thank you so much for watching one of my clips from the Lopes Goes Last podcast. These clips are so much fun to do. I absolutely love making them, and I absolutely love doing them. And this podcast is my baby, so I really want this thing to grow, and I really want it to succeed. So if you did like what you see, please subscribe. Also hit that bell notification so you never miss any one of my episodes or one of my clips like this one. And please do also like and share these videos with your friends and your family so that we can make this thing grow as fast as possible. And I wanted to thank you again so much. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a great rest of your day.